Right, as well as the addition-subtraction method of solving simultaneous equations, you can also solve them using the substitution method. And you do it like this. So here's our simultaneous equations. And the first thing to do is get either an x or a y from either equation by itself. Make it the subject of its equation. So you can pick on any one of these four. Let's pick on this y. So we've got 4x minus y is 8, and we're going to make y the subject of the equation. So let's take the 4x over there by subtracting 4x from both sides. Okay, and we get minus y is 8 minus 4x. Okay. Let's make y positive by multiplying everything by minus 1. Have to multiply both terms by minus 1 because we're multiplying everything on the left and everything on the right by minus 1. So y times minus y times minus 1 is y. 8 times minus 1 is minus 8. And minus 4x times minus 1 is 4x. And I've written it 4x minus 8 rather than minus 8 plus 4x just because it's neater. Okay, good. So we've achieved the first objective. We've made y the subject of its equation. And when you've done that, you have to sub that value of y back in to the other equation, hence the substitution method. So we're going to put that back into this equation. So we have 2x plus 3y plus 3, always use brackets when subbing in, but y is this. That y is now 4x minus 8, okay, equals 18. Good. So we've just got to solve this equation and we find x. So let's multiply out the bracket first. We get 2x. Now 3 times 4x is 12x, and 3 times minus 8 is minus 24. Okay, gather like terms. We've got a 2x and a 12x. That's 14x. Minus 24 is 18. Okay, get the 24 over there by adding 24 to both sides. We get 14x is 18 plus 24 is 42. And finally, get the x by itself by dividing both sides by 14. And we get x is 3. Okay, we found x. Now, to get y, you sub that value of x back into either of the original equations. Doesn't matter which, I'll put it back into that one. So we get x is 3 for x minus y equals 8. Multiply out the bracket, 4 times 3 is 12, minus y is 8. Take 12 over there by subtracting 12 from both sides, and we get minus y. 8 minus 12 is minus 4. Make both sides positive by multiplying by minus 1, and we get y equals 4. Done it! So that's the substitution method. Good, well that's it. So let's do it again, and this time, rather than isolating this y, I'll isolate this x, just to show you it doesn't matter which of these four you choose to isolate. So let's start again, and if I do everything correctly, we should get the same answer. So what is it? 2x plus 3y equals 18. 4x minus y equals 8. Okay, so just to reiterate, it doesn't matter which of these four you choose to make the subject of its equation at the start. So this time I'm going to pick on this x. So we've got, I'll just write it again here, 2x plus 3y equals 18. And we've got to make that x the subject of its equation. So get the x on one side and everything else on the other side. So let's take the 3y over there by subtracting 3y. So we get 2x equals 18 minus 3y. And now let's divide both sides by 2. You have to divide the whole side, everything, by 2. So you get x equals 18 minus 3y over 2. Okay? Now you have to sub in that value of x into the other equation. So we're going to put that into that equation. So we get 4x, but x is 18 minus 3y over 2. 4x minus y equals 8. Okay? Right, now we've got 4 times something divided by 2. So we've got 4 on the top, 2 on the bottom. We can simplify that. 2 goes into 4 twice. So, in other words, 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 4 twice. And on the next line, I'm not going to write anything on the bottom. I'm not going to write over 1, because when something is divided by 1, it's just something. Like if you've got, I don't know, a over 1, for example, a over 1 is just a. Okay? So even though I've written it as over 1, on the next line, don't need to write it because everything's on the top already. Likewise, anything times 1 is just itself. So a times 1 is just a. A divided by 1 is just a. Okay, so what have we got? I'll write it out clearly. So we've got 2 times 18 minus 3y minus y equals 8. Okay? Multiply out the bracket. 2 times 18 is 36. 2 times minus 3y is minus 6y. Then you've got the minus y and equals 8. Gather like terms. We've got a minus 6y and a y. So we get 36 minus 6y minus another y is minus 7y equals 8. Take 36 over there. Subtract 36 on both sides. And we get minus 7y equals minus 28. Okay. Multiply both sides by minus 1. And that just makes them both positive. And now divide both sides by 7. And we get y is 4. Because 4 sevens is 28. Good. Hey, look, it worked. Got the same answer for y. Now we've just got to find x. So, sub that back in to either of the original equations, doesn't matter which. Let's put it back in there, and we get 2x plus 3y, y is 4, equals 18. Okay, so that means 2x plus 3 times 4 is 12, is 18. Take the 12 over there by subtracting 12. and we get 2x equals 18 minus 12 is 6. Divide both sides by 2. Boom, boom. X is 3. Yeah, same answer. So, I hope I've proven to you that it doesn't matter which of these 4 you choose to make the subject at the beginning, you still get the correct answer. And that's how to solve simultaneous equations using the substitution method.